What's going on, everybody? Ochoa here from SB Nation's bloggingtheboys.com. Hope all is well wherever you are. We hope you're happy, safe, healthy, and that you are enjoying all of what the 2024 NFL Draft has to offer. I am recording this video in between picks for the Dallas Cowboys. In fact, as I look up at my television, the Buffalo Bills have turned in the pick for pick number 60 overall. The Dallas Cowboys have just submitted 56 overall. It appears there was some discussion for the Cowboys in terms of potentially moving back, but they did not. They sat and they picked for the second time in this particular draft with the 56th overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. The Dallas Cowboys selected Western Michigan defensive end Marshawn Kneeland. Now, this pick was not met with the same pomp and circumstance that Thursday night's first round selection was. Tyler Guyton, obviously, and some of that had to do with the trade back and the fact that Dallas picked up another third round pick, which they're going to be using very shortly in terms of real time for me. By the way, here on the Blog on the Boys YouTube channel, where you should be subscribed, we're going to have videos reacting to every single Dallas Cowboys pick. Here's the thing, is this is clearly a pick for the future for the Dallas Cowboys, and that is not the worst way to build your roster. It's been noted many times already in the 5 minutes since the Cowboys picked Kneeland in real time for me that DeMarcus Lawrence is entering the final year of his contract, and the Cowboys are preparing for life beyond him. They really only have Sam Williams in terms of viable defensive ends on the roster. Obviously, Micah Parsons is a pass rusher himself. But that being said, this is a second round pick. And if you watch the video I did before Friday's action started, I implored the Cowboys to go for high floor picks. And this could still be a high floor selection. He grades well. He tests well. In fact, it's worth mentioning. I actually put the wrong thing on the board. I meant to have this on here, which is an eye for the future sort of thing. But I had here that Marshawn Kneeland is number 32 on Dane Brugler's big board. Of course, Dane Brugler of The Athletic, which is a really positive thing to say. And there are some positive things. There are positive traits. There's positive development that is potentially there from Marshawn Kneeland. But these are supposed to be players who come in and contribute right away. And if you think about the last time the Cowboys took a defensive end in the second round specifically, again, you look at last year, it was Luke Schoonmaker, but 2 years ago, the Cowboys took Sam Williams. And DeMarcus Lawrence wasn't in the same contractual situation in 2022 as he is in 2024. But it was very difficult for Sam Williams to get on the field as a rookie. Now, some of that was Dorrance Armstrong was there, and so everything isn't apples to apples. But the point remains that you're using the 56th overall pick on a player who isn't necessarily guaranteed to play a lot in a year of critical importance. And so I have zero problems with building towards the future. But if you had taken care of things in free agency the way we asked you to, then this whole thing wouldn't be the way it is right now. And I don't mean to bemoan about that. It's kind of water under the bridge at this point. And this pick is solid. Again, I mentioned that Dane Brugler obviously has him as his 32nd overall pick. Here's his summary. You should subscribe to The Athletic so you get access to the Beast and all their wonderful content. A 3-year starter, Kneeland was an edge rusher in defensive coordinator Lou Esposito's 4-man attack. Lowly recruited, number 3427. That's 3,427 overall in the 2019 class. He improved each season in college and had arguably the best single tape of any pass rusher in 2023 with what he did against Eastern Michigan. If you've listened to Dane on any podcast, he's talked about that specific tape and how you should go watch it. And look, again, if you have the Dane Brugler seal of approval, I'm not going to counter that or say that I know better than that, because Dane is the GOAT at this particular profession. And so that is a very exciting thing. But the timeline of what is involved here is a little questionable. And I think that's where people are going to struggle to kind of compartmentalize the whole decision by the Cowboys. And that's not the worst thing in the world. It's just the way that they've designed this offseason to be. But you look at kind of the first and second picks against one another and the way they are able to kind of be sorted in our brains. Tyler Guyton, he comes in, he's the left tackle right away. That makes sense. He's your first round pick. Well, Marshawn Kneeland is not a starter right away, and that's just the reality of the roster. And yes, you want to be deep. Yes, you have to have a bevy of pass rushers. Yes, all of those things. But this is a strange... And strange has a negative connotation. I don't mean to say strange like it's terrible or it's bad or it was the worst decision of all time for the Cowboys, but this is a strange sort of move. I'm not down on the pick by any stretch. I know he went to a smaller school. I know that sometimes rubs people the wrong way. I would say get over that. He's a very talented player who has a very high ceiling, and hopefully he reaches that sooner rather than later with the Dallas Cowboys. But that ceiling probably won't come anywhere close to being touched until 2025. And given that we are in 2024, that's kind of my biggest issue with it. And I think that that's something that is fair. But of course, the draft still rolls on. The Dallas Cowboys have 2 more picks tonight, or at least are scheduled to make 2 more picks tonight at the time that I'm putting this video together. In fact, it's 8:16 p.m. Central Standard Time. I promise you that we will have videos all throughout draft weekend here on the Blog on the Boys YouTube channel reacting to every single thing the Dallas Cowboys do all the picks, all the selections, all the big things, whatever is or isn't going to happen, we'll be here. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing. We're still working on figuring out the podcast situation. I appreciate all the questions. I appreciate all the new subscribers that we have, by the way. We are so close to 22,000 subs, and we would appreciate it if you could help us get there. If you like what I do, my name is RJ Ochoa. You can follow me on Twitter or Instagram or Threads at RJ Ochoa. Make sure to check out all of our work, all the talented staff from Blogging the Boys at bloggingtheboys.com. We have articles coming out all the time, round the clock, especially to discuss the newest members of America's team, the 2024 NFL draft class. Thanks so much to everybody for hanging out. We'll see you in just a little bit when the Cowboys make 2 third-round selections.